I'm back. Now, some of you may have been wondering, hey, you haven't uploaded in a while. Well, I can say I've been very busy. So, we are coming up to the release of our game, finally. So, you've probably seen in previous videos, I've talked about some of the systems, and those systems have gone into this game. There is a lot going on here, and I'd like to just give you guys a little bit of an update as to what's been happening. For one, we have got Steam integrated. We went through the whole Steam review process. We've got a store page out. We've got a build ready. We've started a bit of our marketing campaign, because that's what you need to do when you finally get to that stage where you are ready to share your game to the world. You need to start finding ways to reach out and communicate what is your product, why is it good, why should people play it, what makes it fun and interesting. So we've gone about doing that. That is the current pressing challenge at the moment. And yeah, we are learning as much as you guys are when you watch these videos. So believe me, we're all in this together. So a bit of an update from where we left off to where we are now. What we had to do. So Steam integration was a really great eye opener to showcase, I guess, on Steam's behalf, what they have been doing for developers and how easy of a process they make it. Yes, there is a lot of checkboxes you have to go through. You need to make sure you've got all your cover art, your Steam trailer, your descriptions. Everything here has got some kind of requirement behind it that you need to show Steam that you have met those requirements. And that is part of this whole process. Now, if I were to make the next game, I would have Steam integrated from the very beginning. I think we were just hesitant. It was a lot of the unknown. We didn't know what to do, and we decided to integrate Steam at the very end of the project when we decided we had a stable build and we were at feature completion, I guess you could say. So we integrated Steam and we realized, wow, there's a lot of things that Steam actually does for us that we could have leveraged. For example, they have an input system that manages or assists you with dealing with different kinds of controllers and different layouts, and they do a lot of that behind the scene. You just have to set up some configuration for it. That is just one of many examples. I would love to go into detail about what that process looked like. If you're interested, shoot a comment below. I would love to hear your thoughts and see whether that is something you're interested in. So anyway, we integrated Steam and we realized, wow, there's some things that we need to adhere to. There are some industry standards, especially when it comes to accessibility, surrounding controls, and as well as everyone knows Steam with the whole feature set being Steam achievements. I can view my games, and what does that look like? So we actually went through a lot of new systems in this project. For example, like I said, Steam achievements, we had to add this in. There's a whole data layer for actually finding out how when you're connected to Steam and what does that handshake authentication look like, and actually managing that and making sure that you are reading the correct things off of Steam. The whole idea of pushing Steam achievements from Steam into your game and vice versa, it is a brilliant system. They've done a really good job. I wish we encountered it earlier. We had our own achievement system in the game, and then when we started to integrate with Steam, they had their own achievement system that is far more robust than ours and handles things very well. So yeah, if I were to make my next game, I wouldn't have a achievement system that is internal. I would just use Steam's. They do it very well. Next up, we have some of the Oh yes, Steam overlay. You need to make sure that you do have Steam overlay accounted for. What happens to your game? Typically, it should pause if you bring up the overlay, and that way you can browse, you can send messages, you can take notes, you can invite people to your game, and your game should essentially pause or remain in some stable state so that it makes sense not for it to be progressing or for you to be missing something while the overlay is happening. Think of it as a pause screen. What would you do to your game when you pause it? Anyway, so we had to make sure that we adhered to that. There were a lot of things around the control system, as I've mentioned before, and I probably will mention countless times again because it is one of the hardest things to get right and get right well. Making sure you're handling the different controller layouts. Steam does ask that you have a set of glyphs based on the controller layout, and because we are aiming for the Steam Deck, you don't want to be showing PC keys like tab and shift and spacebar and WASD when you're using a Steam Deck. So we're gunning for that, and we realized, wow, there's a lot of things we need to take into account for. So that being the case, we did our very best to get as far as we could to make sure that the control integration was done well and truly to their standard. And yeah, that was a bit of a surprise for us, but a welcome surprise because we know where we will be sitting next time when it comes to these kinds of things, and we know what to expect from Steam. We had some last minute design challenges in terms of how do you unlock things. Originally, it was with some of the achievements. You would get an achievement and you would unlock something. So let's just have a look here. But what would happen is that it didn't feel interesting. And because we had the Steam achievements as well, we had to tie our normal achievements to Steam achievements and then the unlock system behind the achievements. And it just felt like no one was in control of how things unlocked. So we made it so you can collect coins when you go for a run, and when you finish the run, you have some amount of coins that you can come back to, say, the customize menu, and you can buy a new hat. So now that is unlocked. We have added shape colors because I think it's very interesting to actually have different colors customized to your own liking. We have added the modification systems to be able to be bought as well using those coins that you unlock. So we can't unlock that because we don't have enough coins. So yeah, we still kept the achievements tab. While we do have achievements on both sides, this kind of gives you that progress amount and just something that's in-game without having to leave the game to find out what your achievements are. Yeah, I just feel it keeps you not having to leave and visit other things outside of the game to find the information. We want it to be there for you, easily accessible. We expanded a lot on the options. So we've got all the display options. We've added a UI as a separate slider. In the controls, what appears here is going to be sensitive to is going to be sensitive to the platform that you're on. If you're on a Steam Deck, you only see the gamepad style stuff. If you're on a PC, you will see the combined both because you can use one or the other. We've got the language options, and we had to rebuild a lot of these to make sure that it is all good. We had some really great translators. If you're one of them watching this video, thank you so much for giving us a hand. That is honestly so much work, and appreciate all the time for translating a lot of the text. And then we had to make sure that we did everything as well as we could. A little credits thing over there showing off our studio and a bit about the people and those contributing to it. So there's a lot here that we had to improve on, and we had to make sure that it is very reliable in how it runs. A lot of the back-end systems were rebuilt from the ground up, believe it or not. When you're at the stage of getting Steam to review your game, your build is to tick the box to say, yes, you have a valid build. We were still rewriting core architectural items. One of the big thing was the object pool, which was only recently integrated, and it has solved a lot of the bugs that we've been having only because we thought we knew we had a reliable lifecycle control for some of the objects that were being pulled, but we didn't because we built the original system. It was bad. We rebuilt it, and it's integrated and it's all working now. Yeah, we had to re-encode all these videos to be available on the Steam Deck using the VP8 codec. I think VP9 is available, but we went to VP8 because we just know it's tried and tested and it works. So yes, that is where we're up to. Hopefully this has just been a little bit of an insight as to what has been happening. Why has there been a bit of a long time between the videos? We have been just really hard at work, and there is no time like now to get things prepared for launch. So that's where we're at. In case you're wondering, Tetro Runner, there is a Steam page. You can add it now to your wish list. Feel free to. We would love to see how many people are interested in this style of game, whether there's something we should continue on into the future. We have some ideas for what post-release looks like, but we'll share them when the time comes. For now, the release date is the first quarter of 2026, and we look forward to hearing you. Yes, we'll be listening. We look forward to sharing our game with you, and hopefully you enjoy it. Thanks for watching.